Well, we got a beautiful rainy day here in northern Wisconsin. I'm going to be testing out today this Tidewe Rain Suit. Now there's a couple things that I'm looking for in a rain jacket. First of all, does it hold out the rain? Can I stay dry underneath this thing? Second thing I'm looking for is it breathable? Am I going to get super sweaty underneath this thing, or will there be enough airflow so that I actually stay comfortable in it? And the third thing that I'm looking for is how noisy is it? As a deer hunter, this is important to me. I want to be wearing gear that does not spook the deer. Now this product is made with high density polyester, non-woven fabric, and sealed seams. The jacket's doing a great job of holding out the rain so far, and so that's what makes this product waterproof. Now there are some features about this jacket that I really like, and I think that it's going to help it be a very good waterproof jacket. First of all, the zipper here, you've got a nice waterproof seal that goes all the way down the center of this thing to keep the water running off of this. On the inside of the cuff here, we've got an elastic band. That's going to tighten down around your wrist and prevent any water from getting up in and under this sleeve. If you look at these pockets here, say you're storing a phone or something in there, this thing is a pretty tight seal, and you have to flip this latch back to be able to access underneath there. I think that's a really solid design. It really stays tight and the water should just run right off of that. I do like the built-in hoodie as well as the elastic bands for this to cinch that down if you need to. Got these little buckles that you can tighten up with. This does not have a built-in bill on it. It does hang over your face enough that it would shed, but I usually prefer to wear a hat in scenarios like this because sometimes it can run and then drip down on your forehead. This just keeps everything out away from you. Also, if you're the type of person where you don't like to have the hood out, if you want it tucked away, you can actually conceal it if you roll it back. There's a little plastic clip right back here that you can just tuck this up in and pop it down, and then you can put that away. I prefer to have the hood out myself just because I don't want my head getting wet when I'm out in the woods. The neck gaiter comes up pretty high, so it's going to protect most of your upper body. Now on the ankles, you have a Velcro strap that can be used to cinch this down tightly. This will keep the bottom of your pants out of the mud and dirt, and also prevent it from getting any extra wear and tear if it slips underneath your boot as you're walking. So that's a nice feature. No pockets on the pants, but you do have pockets on the jacket. Another thing that I like is that you've got the elastic bands here. Say you're sitting in a deer stand and you bend or do this or that, and it can sometimes creep up the back and you get water running down your pants. Well, if you tighten these elastic bands, that will prevent that from happening. When you tighten this down, you're going to lose some of your breathability. I've got this thing open, and so far I've got a pretty good draft going around throughout my whole body that's keeping me fairly cool. In terms of comfort, this thing doesn't feel too bad. Maybe a twinge baggy on me. I could have maybe gone with the medium instead of the large. That's not always a problem because I can slip a few clothes underneath this thing to be able to stay warm if it's a cooler day out. The pants feel comfortable. The stitching looks good. On every part of this, it's double stitched, so it should last a long time. The camo pattern on this jacket is by Next Camo. It's a pretty nice looking camo pattern. It's a grassy wetland kind of pattern, more like what you would see in like a duck hunting scenario, but you know, this kind of stuff works well deer hunting or duck hunting, doesn't matter. This jacket and pants also come with a really nice bag to carry it around. Now focusing on this question of, is this thing quiet? In my testing of this so far, the material is a pretty scratchy, noisy material. Now one thing that you have to be mindful of with the noise is if you've got a hat on like I do underneath inside here, if you turn your head, that can make a little bit of noise doing that. And then without the hat, not nearly as bad. This is the hard part about rain jackets though. Usually rain jackets, in order to be waterproof, have to have a very dense material that sheds water. Now, I am noticing though that as this gets a little bit more wet, it does soften a little bit and it's not quite so noisy. I think the biggest test is when you're drawing back on a buck. Can you actually effectively pull this back without the deer noticing? It's not too bad. Now, the one thing that you got to factor into this as well is that when you're in rain, you've got a little bit of cover sound, so that's also going to help. So overall, my thoughts on this jacket are that I think it's definitely worth it, especially for the price point. They have these on sale for roughly around $55, so you can get a pretty good deal on it. Also, if you want to get a discount on this product, we can offer that. I think it's a solid jacket. I'll be using it myself here into these coming seasons. If you'd like to learn more, go check out Tidewe.com and you can go look at their rain suit there.